Today we are playing Super Mario Bros Remastered. It is the Windows version, playing on Winlator on my Retroid Pocket 6. I'll be playing along on my screen. You'll be watching on our Asus side screen. We are going to just be going through the normal story mode, what you would have played on the classic console. See how far I can get. You'll kind of start to get a feel for the slight physics changes. The first thing you note there is I can hit two blocks at once. Let's see, there's the run. We'll grab our one up there. Ooh, good jump there. I have to figure out what that little icon above Mario's head is at that point. I haven't figured out how to toggle that. But just a really neat, they say in the info for the game that this is a love letter to the original game. Has tons of options that you can configure. As you can see, it's playing widescreen. I've changed the settings for the stats at the top, so the score and the timer are, you can set those to middle instead of to the edges. Let's see if I can walk you through. So you got all these settings, so you can set whether you're full screen. You can set not widescreen. We can do 4:3 ratio, but I love the widescreen fill in the screen. Rendering can be pixelated or smooth. You can change the spacing on the HUD, so we can go centered, we can go stretched. You can do frame rate limit. So obviously 120 frames per second is what I want for the Retroid Pocket 6. Got your audio settings. You can set different settings for like parallax, can be detailed, basic, or none. The HUD style can be the classic, so you have your Mario World time, or you can do modern. We'll stick with that. You have text shadows, visible timers, transition style, so we can go classic or smooth, colorful pipes. So you'll notice the pipes are not all green like the classic game. We have the extra effects on, and the fireball style is modern. So you'll notice that especially in the level that is the underworld. I think 1-4 has the fire bars, the arms that are spinning. You really get a feel for how different they look. They are that very modern kind of style. It's kind of hard to see with this. They kind of spin slower, so I'll just do my little skip. I have noted a definite difference in some of the jumping. You can control Mario in the air maybe a little more. Let's go to 1, 2, 3. There we go. Go through the transition. So then you'll notice like the backgrounds, especially on that level and this level, are way more filled in. You've got it looks, oh, it kind of reminds me of the special edition of Star Wars when they added the Cloud City as opposed to just some silly windows in the original George Lucas creation for um, Return of the Jedi. They added in the ability to see how just extensive the Cloud City was in the special edition. I feel like that's what's going on here. We've completely gone from a very flat basic background to a more filled in there. So there's that bar. You can kind of tell that it's got a smooth transition, is smooth instead of jagged drawing. It's definitely rendered And maybe it's just the 120 frames per second that I'm noticing. Not to get hit by these fireballs. Shoot Bowser. Oops, I hit the wrong buttons again. Oh my goodness. Still getting used to my button placement. I forgot that I have Y is shoot now. It's for some reason I did A and B are both jump and Y is shoot. So I gotta remember that going forward so I don't get killed by Bowser again. So then this level is, you could definitely notice the color, the palette difference. It feels more like you're in a sand. Oh, why is jumping not working? Yeah, that was bound to happen. There we go. Yeah, you can see me hit 2 blocks at once. Oh my goodness. Let's just go down. I think maybe that little eye icon is saying that there's a pipe you can go down. Or at least some sort of transition. I'm not sure. Maybe if there's a vine or a pipe. Get up there. And we'll jump over the flagpole. Almost. One of these days we'll get over that. Now we'll go into the underwater world. Somehow Mario doesn't need to wear a helmet to breathe. For those fish, and I don't know, are they squid or are they octopus? Ooh. Yep, they got me. They pursued. I have noticed when it has that how many lives are left screen, it does give the option to, yep, appear to be stuck. Maybe my first crash. I've never had a crash on this game. Not saying unresponsive, but I don't see. All right, we'll force CMOD or Winlator CMOD to close and reopen. I haven't had that before. We'll go through the intro screen. So we get it does the initial ROM check. There we go. It gets a little bar sign. We have the disclaimer. Says this game is merely serves as a love letter to the original game made by a passionate fan. And it definitely shows that they are passionate about this game. Okay, so you'll note that getting into it now, it has saved our, it gives the continue option, it saved our position, at least world 2-2. So even though the game crashed and burned, we're still right back into where we were. So we can just continue along. That's a nice thing, not having to start at 1-1 again. When you get coins, there's a almost like a pixie dust kind of effect, kind of shines behind Mario's sprite. I think it's kind of neat. quite getting the jump I like to get. Now this level, it seemed like it was really targeting me the last time I played. Whether I ran or I walked, those fish were really just close to wherever I was. It seemed like the AI had my number. There we go. Made it past those awful fish. Don't know why I can't get the 5,000 right now. I seem to not be running enough. I just jumped right into this. So you'll see when Mario dies, he's a different sprite, much more human shaped sprite than the original. Oh my goodness. Now there's the original little guy, which is what you would see in the original game. You'd see the little Mario when you die. Go past these fire bars into the elevators. Oh, I just went right through him. We got Bowser. I have seen some mods that people have where you can switch who Bowser is. You can add characters. I was hoping there was a Pokemon mod. I know somebody was working on Pikachu. Probably the most hilarious one that I want to add is there was a Trogdor as the Bowser sprite for those Homestar Runner fans. The Burninator. Goombas look like ninjas. Look like they've got, oh my gosh, like a bandana on their brow. Okay, so in this level, I believe, yeah, there was a mod I saw where you could add ice effects. Oh, man, I hopped right into him. So that the snowy, icy level felt more genuine. So that is Super Mario Bros. Remastered. Just a quick walk through the first few worlds and levels. Highly recommended. You can see it allows us to go right back into that level. You kind of get that save. So we're in the snowy, icy level if we hit continue. So Super Mario Bros. Remastered, highly recommended. If you can download it, get it hooked up. I know the hardest part for me was getting the controls configured, getting all of that, the hotkeys set up. But once you have the buttons set, there's really not that many settings in the game. It was just using, you can see I have my, kind of hard to see, but over here on this side I have the mouse cursor moving around, and you have to get Winlator to understand. So you can go in here and say input controls, and you have to hit the little gear icon and go down here to your bindings in order to get your external controller to show up. So then I went ahead and set a profile so that it remembers, and then it has the opacity set to 0 for the digital gamepad, so I didn't have to see the touchscreen controls. So that is Super Mario Bros. Remastered on Winlator CMOD.